folks, ladies and gentlemen, peoples, you peoples who watch our show, all, however many of them that are there of you. Haven't checked the number recently, and I'm assuming that not everyone who subscribes watches every single episode. But for those of you who are watching this, this is the SmackDown rundown, the 82nd SmackDown rundown, or, you know, it's episode 82.
Which would make it the 82nd time that we've talked about SmackDown.
Yeah, and it was the new USA Network SmackDown.
Yeah.
Moving channels, and I think the most exciting thing is that we have a new commentator.
Yeah, Mauro Ranallo.
Yeah.
Or
MR.
Mauro Domenico Antonio Ranallo. Is that his, did I just remember that shit?
Something very close.
All right, I'm gonna Mauro Ranallo.
Yeah.
He is he was alongside Byron Saxton and the King.
Yeah, I mean, he used to commentate wrestling in Canada, started commentating MMA, and then recently commentating with Josh Barnett on New Japan shows.
Yeah. So he's well versed in wrestling.
He's not outside of his element.
And it was refreshing. It was actually nice to kind of listen to the commentary.
Yeah, it was good. It was a he's a good play-by-play guy.
Yeah. So
I feel like he's gonna get the Matt Striker treatment. Because
that could be good, or well, no, it's not good in WWE because
didn't
work out very well for
I
Matt
think
Striker.
he's a little. He's very gung ho, and gets on long streams of talking.
Yeah.
And not giving other people quite as much chance to come in. So either they're going to have to break him of that really fast, or he's going to end up getting demoted Matt Striker status.
Speaking of long-winded people that like to talk, we opened up with John Cena. He came out.
Speaking of long-winded, he said the O in Alberto for a long time.
Yeah, he called out Alberto Del Rio, saying that Del Rio needed to defend the U.S. Championship because they were on the USA Network.
Yeah, so you called him the champion of USA.
And so him and Del Rio had a little back and forth, and Del Rio was like, "No, I'm not gonna defend my championship, especially against you, because I'm not gonna give you another shot that you don't deserve." And Cena's like, "Well, you know what? That's fine." But or Del Rio said that he'll face anyone right now and he'll beat him.
Yeah, anyone in Laredo except for John.
Yeah. So John Cena's like, "All right, well that's perfect because I've got a guy who spent 2015 shocking the world. Let's see if he can shock people one more time by beating you tonight." And he brought out Kalisto. And he always said Kalisto like that. He had to do a little fist pump with it. And then Del Rio was like looking at him like, "Reba." Del Rio was like, "Are you serious?" John Cena's like, "Yeah, it's Kalisto."
John Cena really tried to hype up Kalisto.
Yeah. Calling
him the man who spent 2015 shocking the universe. When
he did a lot of stuff. He had the spot in the ladder match. He beat Ryback in the tournament. Him and Sin Cara's debut on the main roster after WrestleMania.
I don't call their debut shocking.
No, but it was him specifically was a breath of fresh air on the roster though.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the shocking thing was him beating Ryback.
Yeah.
The ladder match thing was cool. But yeah. I mean, he spent a couple days shocking people.
However you want to look at it. He ended up going against Del Rio. They've pretty much given John Cena's spot to Kalisto now because John Cena is, well, he had surgery today as of recording this. Yeah. Or yesterday when you're watching this. So yeah, he is, Kalisto's getting that push that we were talking about yesterday, saying that, these big name guys are getting moved out of the way, so let's start, pushing some of these newer guys up there and actually give them a chance to shine. and he ended up beating Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah, how about that?
A decent match between the two. Del Rio ended up trying to go for the cross arm breaker. Kalisto was able to reverse it, hit a Rana, and hook the leg for the win. So this probably ensures that Kalisto will get a U.S. title match at the Rumble.
If not the Rumble, somewhere down the line.
Fastlane?
Somewhere in the near future. Let's get it, Kalisto. How about a singles belt?
Yeah, let's do that. We had Miz TV. This was the Royal Rumble edition. It was a trying to hype up for the Rumble. Miz didn't get to talk very much because the New Day immediately interrupted him.
Yeah, and then Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler interrupted the New Day.
And then R-Truth and Goldust and Neville all
also
interrupted.
R-Truth being the last one, coming out saying that if anyone was going to answer the open challenge for the U.S. title against Alberto Del Rio, it was going to be him. And Miz is like, there isn't a U.S. Open challenge. And he's like,
what's this for then?
What are y'all talking about? And he's like, it's for the Royal Rumble. It's like, oh, how do you enter that? Is there an entry fee? Because the way my account's set up, he just went on this. Oh, R-Truth. This all broke down.
I'm glad they're running with this thing with R-Truth, though.
No, the more times that they can do it, go for it. Because he's good at looking stupid. Is that...
That's,
Sorry. I like R-Truth.
Yeah.
This would break down into a 8-man tag team match. We had the New Day and The Miz taking on R-Truth, Dolph Ziggler, Goldust, and Neville. Dolph would end up picking up the win with a super kick on The Miz after Neville would dive out of the ring, taking out all 3 members of the New Day. And Miz would be stuck in the ring with the other 3 guys. He'd get scared by Goldust. And then R-Truth would twerk, kind of, bunny hop. It was a bunny hop thing. And then Goldust would actually throw Miz into a super kick from Dolph Ziggler.
The interesting thing was after the match.
Yes.
Because Dolph Ziggler was like, hey guys, let's celebrate. You know what my favorite thing to do is while celebrating?
Super kick party!
Kicking R-Truth in the face.
And then throwing Goldust out of the ring. And being like, hey, it's Royal Rumble, everyone for themselves, you know. So
he kept being like, sorry, no disrespect, bro.
Yeah, so we added a lot of names to the Rumble. We now have Big Show, Curtis Axel, Ryback, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Braun Strowman, Eric Rowan, Chris Jericho, Roman Reigns, Dolph Ziggler, Goldust, Miz, R-Truth, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Big E, and Neville.
I don't think Xavier Woods and Big E are going to be in the Rumble.
You don't think so?
No.
They're going to defend the tag titles.
Probably.
So just Kofi.
Yeah,
well,
because Kofi was announced on WWE.com as part of the initial 10 in the Rumble.
Was he?
Yes.
Oh.
And they made a point to say that Kofi was going to be in the Rumble during their promo on Raw.
That's true. Then we move on to our first of 2 title matches. We have the Divas Championship on the line. Becky Lynch had a promo earlier talking to JoJo saying that, you know, Raw was supposed to be friendly competition and...
Then Charlotte was just a beezy.
Yeah. So she said that tonight when she takes the Divas title, it's going to be anything but friendly. These 2 had a great match. Ric Flair out in Charlotte's corner as per usual. Yeah, just some great wrestling. I love the fact that we can enjoy Divas matches, like on a more consistent basis. It's nice. We don't have to deal with Nikki Bella bogging everything down. Yeah, Charlotte and Becky put on a good match. Both of them really getting their shots in. Lots of great technical wrestling. Just fantastic chemistry between the 2. But obviously the factor on Charlotte's side was Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Because earlier in the match he was actually he stopped in front of Becky Lynch and kept blocking her from getting to Charlotte. And then he would move out of the way real quick, allowing Charlotte to hit a big boot. Becky Lynch is actually in the driver's seat at one point, and she's getting the disarmer on Charlotte. And the ref doesn't see Ric Flair putting Charlotte's foot on the rope.
Then she taps out.
She taps out, and the ref is about to ring the bell And Becky's ready to celebrate, and then she goes, and then the ref realizes that the foot is on the ropes. So Becky's freaking out, and then she realizes that it was Ric Flair that did it. She starts yelling at Ric Flair. That allows Charlotte to roll Becky up, and while the referee is checking for the shoulders, Charlotte puts her feet up on the ropes, allowing herself to retain the Divas Championship. So I am excited for these two to take what they did here and amplify it at the Rumble.
Yeah, it'll be good. My only criticism is we had to use 2 feet on the rope things like right back to back. Having Flair use the cheat by putting the foot on the rope, and then having Charlotte cheat by putting her own feet on the rope.
Yeah. They probably could have came up with something different, but
beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah. Still a good match.
Side note, I'm going to ask you a personal opinion question. Because you talked about Nikki Bella bogging things down on the main roster. Which is worse? Nikki Bella bogging certain matches down on the main roster, or Eva Marie not knowing how to do shit on NXT?
Oh, Eva Marie by far.
Okay.
Yeah, no. If I had to pick, I'd definitely pick Nikki Bella. Because she can at least be a third wheel in a good triple threat match. Or the third wheel in a good singles match. Eva can't do shit. You hear that, Tony? Eva can't do shit. Unless Nia Jax is in her corner. Then we move on to our main event already.
Oh.
There was a whopping 4 matches. We did have some good promos from both Ambrose and Owens going into this. Owens says that Ambrose will not survive against him. He keeps referring to him as a cockroach.
Yeah. Kevin Owens has got some sort of weird bug obsession.
He said that he's lived in a lot of iffy places and he's killed a lot of cockroaches. So Dean Ambrose won't survive and he will take his title back. Ambrose says that Owens didn't quite do what he said he was going to by driving him to an asylum, but he calls himself a prize fighter, so let's fight Owens' fight. And that is what they did.
Yes, they fought.
They had a great match. Some really good stringing of the moves together. There was the one segment where Owens went for the pop-up powerbomb, and Ambrose ended up hitting a Rana, and then Owens got up and super kicked Ambrose, and then Ambrose actually did the rebound clothesline, which is now being
lunatic lariat.
I'm okay with that. So a good stringing of the moves together there. Lots of outside action.
So much so, they both get counted out.
Yeah.
But let's say, they did their dive over the commentary table, and New Guy's not a pussy.
No, he was
stuck
right
around. And he literally commentates like Kevin Owens landed right at my feet.
And Owens took the time to rip the headset off of Byron Saxton.
Yeah, grabs the cable and it's like, I don't want people to hear Byron Saxton anymore.
I just love the fact that he's taken his NXT shtick and he's moved it to the main roster. It's just awesome.
They fight through the crowd.
Up
on the stage.
Yeah, they literally go. So if they start at the commentary table, they literally go around the arena and they wind up on the other side after. Well, while they're on the stage, this was brought to you by the letter W. New Guy won over Kevin Hawk with that line. Owens ended up getting whipped into the big WWE logo on the stage. They wind up on the other side where the soundboard and the pyrotechnic stuff is at.
Owens hits Ambrose with a laptop.
Yeah. Ow. And
one of those metal protective cases for equipment.
Yeah, the utility case.
Yeah.
He just fucking dropped it on it.
Yeah, they keep little computers and hard drives and stuff.
Yeah.
And switchboards and these little metal. They look like little metal briefcases.
It looks like a small Money in the Bank briefcase, but it's made of metal.
Eventually, they find themselves on top of a giant wooden trunk.
Yeah, they have all the utility trunks there for the soundboards and everything that are lined up, getting ready to get packed up and everything. Owens goes for a powerbomb, and Ambrose ends up giving him a backdrop instead. and then they end up crashing into tables and
lots of paper.
Just everything in this area. Just an explosion of random shit as both these guys go tumbling through.
2 tables, like side by side, and they break through the close one and end up almost underneath the second one.
Yeah, it was a mess. And initially I was really pissed off with the fact that we got the double count out, but with the fact that they let this brawl continue and the referees were trying to stop it, I'm really hoping this means we mentioned it last week. I'm really hoping for a street fight at the Rumble between these two.
Where's the Rumble at this year?
Oh, good question. I don't remember.
Alright.
I just thought, when it comes to the Rumble and street fights, I always think of Cactus Jack and Triple H. So, you can't go wrong with a street fight at the Royal Rumble because it's usually pretty awesome. And I think Owens and Ambrose could kick the shit out of each other.
I've seen it happen a couple times now.
Yeah. That was Smackdown.
In a nutshell.
No, that was it.
In a nutshell.
In its entirety. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe.
And click all those links down in the description.
There's a whole bunch of them.
There's like Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr and Instagram and Reddit and 2 emails and podcasts.
And if you're listening to the podcast, click the link to the YouTube so you can see some of us and pictures and...
Subscribe to that shit.
Yeah.
Please? It'd be awesome.
We want you to watch and hear the exact same thing twice every week.
Yeah. Actually, we had like 18 plays on one podcast last week, so...
Hey,
I think we
almost 20.
I think we had, overall, on our 4 podcasts last week, I think we had like 40 plays.
Wow.
So thanks for listening to the podcast.
Breaking numbers.
There's
also a playlist to my left. Your
that
right.
One.
Still my left? I don't know. It's over here.
Yeah.
It's got Raw Review. It's got the midweek wrap up.
It's got a man week wrap up.
It's got this video you're watching currently. And it's going to have an indie news.
Yeah.
Where we're not going to have a lot to talk about. Again.
We're going to have full results from New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom 10.
Yeah.
We'll have Ring of Honor results because we get it early. And
we got some more people announced at the Top Prospect Tournament.
Yes. And we will also have an upcoming AAW show. Next weekend.
Chaos Theory.
Yes, that is the one. And go back, check out the midweek wrap-up where we talk about the current injury situation and what that possibly means for the Rumble. Yeah. Comments, please. Let's talk. Let's talk wrestling. Because we're fans. We talk wrestling.
Oh.
You're fans. You should talk wrestling too. See what I did there?
Yeah. I kind of see it.
Cool.
I heard more of it than I saw.
Oh, okay. Look at me when I'm talking to you. That's better. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Yeah. Fuck Sheamus.